Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back to our English class. I hope everybody is doing well. Yes. Okay. Now, again, hello once again, everyone. Good evening, and welcome back to our English class. This session, we are going to have an exercise. As you can see on your screen, there will be different exercises that we are going to do this evening. Now, why do we do these exercises? Because we are already done with the topic presentations or the topic sessions on oil and gas vocabulary. So, we did discuss about different words or terms that are under the oil and gas or that is connected to oil and gas. It was a long discussion, but yes, we made it. So now, for me to assess your understanding or your learning about our discussions, I will be providing different exercises for you to participate and for you to answer. Okay. Now, for you to answer, you can always use the comment section. I will constantly check it for answers, for responses, any kind of responses, may it be the answers, questions, or comments about something all throughout our session. So I hope everybody is ready. And of course, I hope that everybody will participate all throughout our exercises. There will be five exercises in total, and each exercise has 10 different items to answer. I know we've had a long, long break because of the Easter week, and I hope everybody still has refreshed their mind about the different oil and gas vocabulary. Now, just to do a review, I'm just gonna say the words or the terms that are under oil and gas vocabulary that we've already discussed in the past few sessions. So please bear with me and listen to the different terms. We have barrel of oil, blowout preventer or BOP, casing head gas, catalytic cracking, directional drilling, drill bit, drilling fluids, engine oil, fault trap, gas station, gusher, injection wall, liquefied natural gas or LNG, natural gas, oil field, oil rig, oil well, petrol, pipeline, platform, plugging of well, refinery, roughneck, roustabout, and tension leg platform. So those are the different 25 terms under oil and gas vocabulary. Okay? I hope everybody still remembers those terms so that you can answer our exercises. Now, before we immediately start, let's do a quick breathing exercise just to prepare more ourselves. Okay? On my cue, inhale, exhale. Okay. Once again, inhale, exhale. Okay. Now, we shall start with our first exercise. Now, these exercises, we have the match terms to definitions, multiple choice quiz, true or false challenge, fill in the blank, and scenario based challenge. So it will really have, it will start from simple and then to more complex type of exercise. Okay? As So let's start with the first exercise. Again, this is match terms. Let me just check. Match terms to definition. You determine if each definition matches the term correctly. So you're just going to, you have two options here. It's either it matches or it does not match. Okay? You are not it is imperative or it is important that you know the different terms as well as their definitions. It's not enough that you're familiar with the terms, but also it's good that you know how what are these terms, no? What are their definitions, so that we can really answer these questions. Okay. Well, before that, let me just check if my audio is okay as well as my presentation. Okay. My audio is totally fine. My presentation is corrupt, so let me just edit this out. Please bear with me. I think it's because I zoomed it in. That's why. For a moment. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Let me check. I've already edited it out. Okay, all good. Let's start with the first item again. Reminder, this is the first exercise. What are we going to do? We match terms to its definitions. You have you were given two options. It's either it matches or it's wrong. Okay? Let's start with the first item. A barrel of oil. So barrel of oil, is it a standard unit of crude oil measurement equal to 42 gallons? Now, when we say barrel of oil, what can we remember out of it? Barrel of oil. When we say barrel of oil, the abbreviation is BBL, right? So it comes from the blue barrel. Now, of course, when it comes to each barrel of oil, there is a standard unit or standard measurement as to how many gallons will it take for a barrel to be full. How many gallons? How many US gallons do you think it is? It is 42 US gallons or 159 liters. So this definition is it matches. Okay. Again, a barrel of oil, the standard unit of it, of the crude oil measurement equal to 42 US gallons or 159 liters. I am so sorry. Let me continue. Next item. So this one, it matches. Again, the standard unit is 42 US gallons or 159 liters. Next item, drill bit. A drill bit, it is a valve that controls and seals wells to prevent blowouts. Again, drill bit is a valve that controls and seals well to prevent blowouts. Is this correct, or is the definition, does the definition matches um the term, or it does not? What do you think? You can always comment your answer in our chat bot. What do you think is it the answer here? A valve that controls and seals wells to prevent blowouts. Is that a drill bit? Remember, what is that? What do you think? Okay, I'm still waiting for any of comments or answers. Again, you can always use our chatbot for that. Okay, so this answer, it matches. Let me see. Okay, it matches. So a drill bit is a valve that controls and seals walls to prevent a blowout. Okay, so that is a Drill bit. Now, actually, if you think about it, drill bit, that should be blowout preventer, right? So this particular item, it should be wrong. It does not match because remember, when we talked about blowout preventer or BOP, it is like the main use of it is like a critical safety device. It is a large specialized valve that is installed at the wellhead, so you can think of it as ultimately a safety switch for an energy well. So its primary job is to seal, to control, and to monitor oil and gas wells to prevent an uncontrolled release of pressure, which is known as a blowout. So this particular definition, the answer here should be wrong. It does not match. That is not a drill bit. This definition refers to a blowout preventer. Okay? All right. Next, we move on to drilling fluids. Number three item. Drilling fluids, circulated fluids that cool the bit and carry rock cuttings. What do you think is the answer here? Comment your answers so that I can recognize it. Okay? Is this or does the definition matches the term or it does not matches at all? Drilling fluids, circulated fluids that cool the bit and carry rock cuttings. So the answer for this one is it matches. Let me see. Okay. So this is a correct definition of drilling fluids. Again, drilling fluids are circulated fluids that cool the bit and carry rock cuttings. Remember, drilling fluids are specialized formulated liquids that are circulated through the drill string and wellbore during drilling operations. So they are far more complex than simple water because they are precisely engineered chemical mixtures that is designed to perform multiple life-saving and efficiency-boosting tasks deep underground. So the mud here is pumped down through the hollow dry drill pipe and then it exists through the drill bit. So the vital functions of this drilling fluid is first for cooling the bit, no, for cooling as well as lubrication because drilling through thousands of feet of solid rock creates immense friction, which is very hot. The fluid here it will serve to cool the bit and lubricate the entire drill string, and it eventually prevents the equipment from melting or snapping. So that's how essential the drilling fluid is. Aside from that, as mentioned here, it carry rock cuttings. So it carry cuttings as the bit grinds, grinds as the bit grinds through the rock. It creates small pieces called cuttings. So the thick drilling fluid is designed to carry cuttings back to the surface. So the bottom of the hole stays clean for the bit to keep working. So that is the very definition of drilling fluids, and this is correct. It matches. Let's move on to the next item. Pipeline. It is non-vertical drilling that reaches targets miles away. Okay, is this the correct definition or not? Does it match or not? Okay, you can share your answer in our comment section. What do you think? Okay, what do you think is the answer here? Does the definition matches the term or not? The answer is wrong. Okay, okay. The correct answer is wrong, huh? I don't know what happened with the mechanism of this particular thing that I created, but the answer here, it does not match at all. So this is correct. So it reflects here that it's wrong, but it is correct. Okay. So pipeline and then definition non-vertical drilling that reaches targets miles away is not the correct definition. It does not match at all because this definition refers to directional drilling. Remember directional drilling? This is the practice of non vertical wells, drilling the non vertical wells, and then intentionally deviating the wellbore along a planned path to reach targets not directly below the surface location. So it offers flexible angles, right? Unlike traditional methods that only go straight down, this particular drilling or technique intentionally deviate the wellbore along a planned path just to reach targets that are not directly below the surface location. So, yeah, that is directional drilling, and obviously it's not pipeline because when we say pipeline, remember pipeline, what was it? You can comment it down if you remember the definition of pipeline. What was the pipeline all about? Like, what is pipeline? What's the importance of pipeline? Why is pipeline included here? What is pipeline? Now, when we say pipeline, it is a system of pipes used to transport crude oil, natural gas, any kind of refined products over long distances from production sites to refineries to storage to distribution points. So it is a sophisticated system of pipes that is for transportation of those different oils, may it be crude oil or refined oil. So this network, it serves as the circulatory system of the global energy industry. It connects production sites like an oil field to refineries to storage hubs as well as to final distribution points. So pipeline is basically the primary method for moving various oil and gas products. Okay? So that is pipeline. And of course, it's not mentioned here, no? Again, the definition mentioned here, non-vertical drilling that reaches targets miles away is, it refers to directional drilling. And pipeline is, it's a primary method for transportation of different oils and gas products. Okay? Don't be confused because in this mechanism that I created, it reflects here that the answer of not matches is wrong, but it does not match at all. So this should be correct. Okay? Don't be confused. Next, we have refinery. Refinery here is defined as industrial facility that processes crude oil into useful products. Okay? Industrial facility that processes crude oil into useful products. Is this correct or not? Does the definition matches the term or not? Okay, try to think about it and then share your answers in our comment section. Okay. Okay. So the answer here is it matches. So the definition refinery is industrial facility that processes crude oil into useful products. That is correct. It does match. No, the definition matches the term. So when we say refinery, remember when we say refinery, it is trying to make the crude oil really more clean and especially useful, especially safe to use in different types of or different uses, different utilizations. So refinery is very important because once refined, the finished products are distributed to the world. So yeah, when we try to raw take the oil, we call it crude oil. It's not clean at all with the very first time. So we try to refine it. And these refineries are the industry industrial facilities that will do that, will take responsibility on doing that refined or in giving that refined oil and gas. Okay, all right. So that is refinery. Next, we move on to the sixth item, gusher. As mentioned here, it is a system of pipes transporting oil and gas over long distances. System of pipes. So, is that correct or not? Is it gusher? Is the definition refers to gusher or not? Does it match or not? Okay, share your answers. What do you think? The answer here is it does not match at all. Okay, this is correct, huh? So, gusher, as mentioned here, it is a system of pipes transporting oil and gas over long distances. So, this definition doesn't match the term gusher because this definition is already mentioned earlier. This is what we call pipeline. Okay, remember pipeline, it is a mean of transporting or moving one gas from one location to another. So same with the definition mentioned here, it is a system of pipes transporting oil and gas over long distances. So of course this refers to pipeline. That is not a gusher. So, what is a gusher, by the way? So, a gusher, so that you are not confused, because this is not a definition of a gusher. Let's try to remember what a gusher is. It is an uncontrolled release of crude oil or natural gas from a well after pressure is encountered. So it causes oil to spray violently into the air. Another term for gusher is blowout or wild well. So this gusher, it is what the blowout preventer is trying to prevent. Okay, that is a gusher. It is an uncontrolled release of crude oil. Okay, so that is a gusher. Again, this term as well as the definition doesn't match each other. Next item, natural gas, hydrocarbon gas mixture consisting primarily of methane. Is the definition correct or not? Comment your answers. What do you think is the answer? Natural gas is a hydrocarbon gas mixture consisting primarily of methane. This answer is correct. It matches. Now, remember in natural gas, it is a naturally occurring hydrocarbon gas mixture consisting primarily of methane, as mentioned here. When we say methane, that is CH4, and it is used as a major energy source for heating, for electricity, for any kind of industrial processes. So, yeah, natural gas as well is odorless. So, the rotten egg smell is artificially added so leaks can be detected because it's very, very dangerous if you cannot smell the gas at all. Because again, natural gas is odorless. It does not have any odor. That is why we intentionally put an artificial smell so that when leaks happen, we can immediately detect it. Because if we cannot detect it and there's a leak, that would be very dangerous because that is a gas. It's easily flammable. Okay? So, again, natural gas is a hydrocarbon gas mixture consisting primarily of methane. It is a cornerstone of the global transition toward cleaner, energy production. Okay. Next item, LNG or liquefied natural gas, defined as natural gas cooled to negative 162 degrees Celsius for transport and storage. Does the definition matches the term? Share your answers. Use the comment section. Okay. What do you think is the answer? This is okay. It matches. LNG or liquefied natural gas or natural gas cooled to negative 162 degrees Celsius or negative 260 degrees Fahrenheit for transport and storage. So it is converted into a liquid state that occupies a certain amount of weight or volume for efficient transport and storage. So the main purpose of doing liquefied natural gas is for easier or more convenient transportation of the gas because it will turn as liquid. Okay, so that is liquefied natural gas. So this answer is correct. It matches the definition. Let's move on to the ninth item, oil rig. Complete set of equipment used to drill a well. Is the definition matches the how do you call it? Does the definition matches the term? What do you think? Share your answers, please. Okay. The answer here is the definition as well as the term matches each other. Oil rig is a complete set of equipment used to drill a well. So it includes the derrick, the engines, the mud system, and all associated machinery. Basically, oil rig it is essential physical infrastructure that is used to drill a well and extract energy resources from deep within the Earth's crust. It is far from being just a single machine. An oil rig is a complete set of equipment structures and machinery designed to operate in some of the most challenging environments on the planet. So that is an oil rig. Okay? So the term oil rig, it refers to the entire system used for drilling, which includes, as mentioned earlier, the iconic derrick or the tower, the powerful engines, the complex mud system, and all associated mechanical components. So that is an oil rig. And this definition definitely matches the term. Let's move on to the last item. Roughneck. Is it an entry-level labor on an oil rig or not? Does the definition matches the term or not? Share your answers, please. Okay. The answer here is roughneck and entry-level labor on an oil rig. It matches the definition, so that is correct. So when we say roughneck, it is a member of the drilling crew who works on the drill floor, who handles drill pipe and operates equipment during drilling operations. So this is indeed an entry-level laborer on an oil rig. Okay, so roughnecks they work as a part of a complete set of personnel and structures required to tap into a proven petroleum reservoir within an oil field. So the life of a roughneck is defined by intense labor and the master of specialized drilling tools. So Though it is entry level, a roughneck is really a skilled member of a drilling crew who performs the most physically demanding tasks on the drill floor of any oil rig or offshore platform. Okay, so it definitely matches the term. And that is the last item for our first exercise. Again, the definitions or the terms that we've included are barrel of oil, drill bit, drilling fluids, pipeline, refinery, gusher, natural gas, LNG or liquefied natural gas, oil rig, and roughneck. Now, again, don't be confused with this one. It does reflect or show that the answer is not correct, but pipeline, as well as the definition mentioned here, it does not match at all. Okay? Maybe because of the mechanism of the particular thing that I did here, that is why it's not working properly. Okay? Same with gusher. So it doesn't match the definition at all. So the correct answer is wrong. Okay? All right. Let's move on to the next exercise. Are we still there yet? Are we still good, everybody? Are we still, or are your brains as well as yourself is still ready for the next exercise? We're done with the first exercise, which is matching terms to definition, and it has 10 items in total. We still have four more. But of course, in this session, we are not going to finish every exercise because it would be difficult, of course, considering the time allotted for our session. So there will be more of like how do you call it, more of like two or three exercises that will be included. For a moment. Okay, let me edit the presentation. Okay, all good. So, is everybody ready for another set of exercises? Are we all okay to go on? Or do we need a break? That will be fine also. Okay, let's have a break for 5 minutes and we'll continue with the next exercise at 6:40 p.m. Okay? All right. See you within 5 minutes. Okay, we're back again. I hope everybody has rested well, although that's only 5 minutes break, 5 minute break. But I hope everybody has rested well. You've had your you've quenched your thirst. Whatever else you did, biological break or anything that would help you to really go on with our remaining time for this session. Now, we're going to move on to the second exercise. We're done with the first exercise, which is on matching terms to definition. We move on to still a simple test, multiple choice quiz. Here, you select the correct answer from four options per item. Still, this particular test or assessment has 10 items in total. So I hope everybody is ready. Are we all ready for the next exercise? Can we continue? So let's do a quick breathing exercise, okay? To settle yourselves in. On my cue, inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Okay. Let's continue with multiple choice quiz. Again, you select the correct answer from the four options. Okay. Let me just check this out for a moment. Oh no, I clicked number four. For a moment because I can see the items number. Oh, what number are these? I think. Oh no, for a moment. My presentation is lagging. I am so sorry for that. But anyway, all throughout the session or all throughout this particular quiz, we're going to do a multiple choice quiz. Again, you select the best option or best and correct answer out of the four options. For a moment, let me just do a quick check on my PPT because it's not working well. I think it's blurred in your end. Is it? Is it blurred in your end? The thing here is I cannot see at all the first item. So let's just move on to number three and let's start with number three, okay? Please bear with me all throughout my presentation. Thank you all. Let's just wait for it to be clear because it's still blurred or blurry. Okay. I cannot see item number three at all. So let's do that. I think it's just because of the mechanism or how I created this particular presentation that it's not working well. I'm so sorry for that. Okay. Okay. Again, we are going to start with number three item. Let's just wait for it to be clear because it's still blurry. Okay, this one. All right. It's blurry in the it's small in the defin what you call that in the presentation. It's a bit small. So let me just adjust this one. Okay? Alright, that one. Okay, let's have the first item. Oh no, for a moment, huh? Okay, it's still too zoomed in. This one. Okay, number three. Or let's start with number three because numbers one and two I cannot see them at all. Okay, which is a floating offshore structure? Again, which is a floating offshore structure? A. Oil rig. B. Tension leg platform. C. Refinery. D. Pipeline. Okay, again, which is a floating offshore structure. Now remember, when we say floating offshore structure, it is used for production of oil and gas in deep water environments. So we're referring to that particular term. Now remember, what is an oil rig? Again, what is an oil rig? Is it the oil rig? Is the definition provided here the oil rig? Of course not. Okay, so this is not an oil rig because when we say oil rig, it is a boring or a hole that is drilled into the earth to extract crude oil and petroleum gases from underground reservoirs. So this is not a floating offshore structure. Okay, it is a hole dripped, drilled deep into the earth to extract crude oil, and petroleum gases from underground reservoirs. So yeah, that is oil rig. How about pipeline? Again, remember pipeline is a system of pipes that is used to transport oil and gases. How about refinery? Refinery is making crude oil useful or good, clean for it to be useful for different type of utilizations like for heating, for electricity, and etc. Okay? So that is not an oil rig. It doesn't refer to oil rig. It does not also refer to refinery as well as pipeline. So obviously our answer here would be tension leg platform or TLP. So tension leg platform is it is a floating offshore structure. Remember, tension leg platform, as mentioned here, a floating offshore platform or structure in place by vertical tethers or tendons that is connected to the sea floor. So it is designed for deep water oil and gas production. So that is a TLP because in comparison to traditional floating platforms that move vertically with the waves, a TLP is designed for a near zero vertical movement. So it provides a stable base for drilling, for production operations, even in turbulent seas. Okay, so again, the definition does refer to the tension leg platform. Again, tension leg platform is a floating structure, a floating offshore structure. So this is correct. Okay, next, number four. What are the drilling fluids used for? Again, what are the drilling fluids used for? Is it to fuel for engines? Is it to cool bit and carry cuttings? Is it to store oil or is it to seal wells? A, B, C, or D? Share your answer to the class by using the comment section. Okay? What is our answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Now, um, that drilling fluids is used for, the answer would be letter B, cool bit and carry cuttings. Now, again, remember this was already mentioned in the first type of test, no, in the first exercise. So, drill bit was mentioned there. Now, when we say drill bit, drilling fluid, fluid from the name itself. So, of course, we're referring to fluid. Now, drilling fluid is very essential in getting the oil, the crude oil from beneath the surface of the earth or even deep water, because it helps the bit or the tool that is used um, to really go deep underneath the earth to break the rocks to extract crude oil. So it helps to cool the bit because, again, I mentioned earlier that when rocks are cut by this particular tool, tensions are happening, and this kind of tension creates heat. So, by using drilling fluid, it cools the bit that is most likely hot because of the tension. Aside from that, it carry cuttings. It helps to carry cuttings from the beneath the surface to outside of the hole, so that also that it's clean and it's ready to do some kind of cuttings, more cuttings aside from what's already done. So again, drilling fluids is very essential all throughout the process because it helps to cool the bit and and carry cuttings. How about the other options? Fuel for engines, so that's the barrel of oil, as well as store oil, so that's barrel of oil. Again, remember how many US gallons is there in a standard barrel of oil or BBL? It is 42 US gallons or 159 liters. Aside from that, seal wells. So, what was the term that is used to refer to sealing to monitoring wells? That is the blowout preventer. Because why do we do this? Since there is a possibility of blowout or gusher, which is very dangerous or which can harm the people. So again, drilling fluid are used for cooling the bit and carry cuttings. Next, we move on to number 5. I accidentally clicked it, so I misclicked this one. So let's just give the answer directly. What does petrol come? Where does, yeah, what does petrol came from? Is it from natural gas? Of course not, because it's already seen there that that is not the correct answer. So petrol doesn't come from natural gas. Is it the refined crude oil, vegetation, or water? So obviously vegetation and water is not the answer. So same with natural gas. So the answer here would be refined crude oil. I cannot click it anymore because I misclicked natural gas. But petrol, remember, a petrol came from refined crude oil. Okay? Petrol, by definition, it is a volatile, flammable liquid hydrocarbon fuel refined from crude oil that is used primarily to power internal combustion engines to be called as gasoline in North America. So petrol and gasoline is just the same. Okay, it depends on the different place how they call it. So it's that is petrol. Okay, petrol or gasoline, it really powers everything from personal vehicles to industrial equipment. So that is petrol or gasoline. It is highly flammable, huh? Anyway, again, our answer here is letter B, refined crude oil. Next, we have what is a fault trap? Is it a drainage system, a geological formation that traps oil, a drilling tool, a safety device? Okay, share your answers in the comment section. I am constantly checking it. Is it A, drainage system, B, geological formation that traps oil, C, a drilling tool, or D, a safety device? Okay, our answer here would be letter B, geological formation that traps oil. So that is a fault trap. That is definitely not a drainage system. So when we say fault trap, a geological formation that traps oil, by definition, a geological formation where a fault or a fracture is rock layers, which created a seal that traps oil and gas in a reservoir. So that is a fault trap. No? So, but from the name itself, this is a geological formation where a fault is there. A fault meaning that is a fracture or a crack in the Earth's crust, which obviously will displace rock layers. So, this movement creates a physical barrier or a seal that traps oil and gas in a reservoir. Okay, so answer here is letter B. Um, Fault trap is a geological formation that traps oil. Now, why is it not a safety device? Again, remember critical safety device is BOP or blowout preventer. Okay, this is specialized collection systems to ensure that this gas is captured and sent to the market. Okay, that is also not a drilling tool because when we say a drilling tool, that is a drill bit that is used to that is a tool that is used to, of course, drill towards or beneath the surface, underneath the Earth's crust. Earth. Okay. So again, fault trap is a geological formation that traps oil. Next to that is what does natural gas primarily contain? Is it propane, methane, ethane, or butane? Now, we've already mentioned it earlier, CH4. What is CH4? That is methane. That is a heavy hydrocarbon. So this particular gas contains heavier hydrocarbons like butane and propane. So it's a combination of that. Okay, so it's not propane, it's not ethane, it's not butane, it's methane. Okay, that is the natural gas primarily contained in, say, for example, casing head gas. Okay, that is methane. Next, what is LNG? Oh, very simple. Is it liquid natural gas? B, nitrogen gas, I'm sorry, nitrogen gas. C, liquid neon gas. Or D, liquid nitrogen. Obviously, letter D is not correct because there's no G there. It's only LN, liquid nitrogen. As well as letter C, neon. What is neon? So it's not the correct answer, liquid neon gas. So we're given two options left. Is it letter A or letter B? Share your answers in the comment section. Is it letter A or letter B? LNG is liquid natural gas. Supposedly, the term would be liquefied natural gas, but that's still considered, okay? So that is number 8. LNG is liquid or liquefied natural gas. Next item, number 9. What does plugging a well involve? What does plugging a well involve? Is it drilling deeper? Sealing with cement? Letter B, sealing with cement. Letter C, adding fluids. Or D, increasing pressure. So that is, which of the following definitions refer to plugging a well? That the answer would be sealing with cement. Remember, a plugging of well is the process of permanently sealing a well that is no longer productive using cement plugs, especially at various depths to prevent fluid migration and eventually to protect the environment. This is the very first thing. We prioritize always the environment. So this environmental and safety procedure ensures that geological formations tapped during the well's lively productive years remain isolated from the surface and from the groundwater. So yeah, we seal that one with cement. If that particular location can't be useful at all from the day forward. Okay, so that is plugging of a well, sealing with cements. Okay. Next, we have the last item. What is engine oil used for? Again, this is the last item. What is engine oil used for? Is it for fuel, for lubricant reducing friction, for cleaning agent, or for coolant? Okay, A, fuel, B, lubricant reducing friction. Sorry for that, friction. Letter C, cleaning agent, or letter D, coolant. What do you think is engine oil used for? Again, you can always use our comment section, huh? You can always use our comment section because I am constantly checking it, okay? What do you think is the answer? It is letter B, lubricant reducing friction. So that is an engine oil. Again, by definition, an engine oil is a petroleum derived or synthetic lubricant used in internal combustion engines to reduce friction, to cool components, to protect against wear, since especially if it's old. So that is an engine oil. It is a specialized lubricant, either petroleum derived or synthetic, used in internal combustion engines. So whether it is in a car, a ship, or massive generators at a train station, engine oil performs several essential roles to keep equipment healthy. It reduces friction. It costs it coats moving metal parts to prevent them from rubbing together and wearing down. Aside from that, it also cool components. As the engine runs, it creates intense heat, so the oil helps absorb and carry this heat away. And third is wear protection. It provides a protective barrier that extends the life of engines. Okay, so engine oil is lubricant reducing friction. It is not just merely a fuel as well as cleaning agent or coolant, but it is a combination of those. So that is the answer. And that will be the last item for this exercise, which is multiple choice test or multiple choice quiz. Any questions, everybody? Any questions? Do you have any questions from this session? If not for now, you can always save it up for later because I'm gonna see you tomorrow, still the same time. Since there are no questions, I will end this day for now. Again, what did we do today? We did different exercises. Again, I've mentioned there will be 5 exercises in total to assess your understanding of oil and gas vocabulary. So far, we did 2 sets of exercises. The remaining 3 will be finished or continued tomorrow. Okay, same time. No questions at all? Well, if there are no questions, that is all for today. Goodbye, everyone, and have a great rest of the evening. Goodbye.